Coming to Graham's house is just like a journey, really. I think it's one of those places that any artist would just love to walk into, because as you walk through the door, your eyes just feast.
I just want to celebrate the artists in this house, but also I wanted to celebrate my wife, who is a brilliant artist and art critic, and she's not well. So I felt I should let people come and share what she, in a sense, has contributed to my life and to our relationship and our marriage.
My relationship with Graham has grown through Santi. Graham is just an amazing sponsor of artists, really. He just loves anything that has more to it than face value.
Graham is just amazing in the fact that he nurtures artists and has this preference for people who are doing unusual stuff. And he's really the curator of this house.
What I like about it is the feeling of handmadeness, craft with meaning.
And that's what Graham does. He uses craft, and that some of it is beyond craft.
The Shuttleworths have been friends of my wife for many, many years when they were still starting, because they made two of the carpets and they wove the mohair curtain, which we want to be done locally.
It's got to be well made and as beautiful as the craftsman can do.
But it's very different work because there's a collection of what's called Fusion Group, who made furniture and decorated it.
So the three of us work in very different fields in the art fraternity. Bruce is very much sculptural, working in wood. Jill is a painter, and I have come from fibre art roots.
One of my favourite pieces, partly because Bruce Atwood calls it Pooza Thursday, and it opens like this, and then it's got this extraordinary hinges, and it's beautifully decorated. Any carpenter, whether he's a hobbyist or not, looks at these hinges and is astonished to see how interesting and how good they are in terms of carpentry.
This is, I think, my all-time favourite piece. I had been working on a series of quilts or wall hangings, for want of a better word, and it's looking out of an aeroplane window, basically, and seeing the hills in KwaZulu-Natal as you land. And so I said to Bruce, well, this is about the land, it's about the skeleton of Africa. I think we need to make a table with this. And he said, yeah, nice idea. And he found this beautiful, beautiful wood. It married so well with my piece. And then he created the beautiful skeleton legs underneath. And then he made these beautiful chairs. And when you look at them, they look so uncomfortable, but they are the most comfortable chairs in the world.
You have to sit in them properly, put your heels well apart, pull yourself up, and then you will never leave the dining room table. And the individually painted McIntosh coat of arms on the chairs are fantastic. This is a profile portrait of Jutta Falls, who had an incredible impact on the arts and craft scene of the Midlands of Natal. She also made the shirt I'm wearing, which she describes as wearable art. Another important contribution has been Louise van Niekerk, who did this extraordinary front door of the house, as well as a number of the light fittings. And this collection of colours are just wonderful. And then these shapes in the framing of the glass is just extraordinary.
Graham just trusted me and he said, go for it. And so I went for it and I had enormous fun. And it was one of the most joyful pieces ever to create.
Because my own life has been so varied and I've been exposed to so many different experiences in life, they're little glimpses of a very varied, eclectic, compendious life, which have gone through politics, through business, through farming, through science, through conservation, through family, and all of that is reflected in the house. This piece I like, it's a Shangangai Maswangani from Limpopo, but I just liked the piece. It spoke to me as a farmer, and also just the way he got the jizz of those cattle. And I'm a social anthropologist by training, so I'm fascinated by history and social anthropology, and that's why a lot of political work is here. The other interesting artwork is a Robbie Leggett maquette of the Archangel Michael, which is a depiction of an incident from Revelation where the Archangel attacked Satan.
My favourite piece of artwork in the house is the Braille cabinet. There's an awesome cog mechanism to open, and Graham has added an Ardmore Owl teapot at the top, and it looks like it's perched on the top of a barn.
Graham is very creative in himself, in that he loves to take pieces and just move them around in his house and kind of mix them in with something else for a few months, and then you come back and see him and it's changed again.
So I wanted to create a comfortable home where I'm surrounded with things that are fun and keep me always in a good mood. And I must say, it's very difficult to get into a bad mood when you're surrounded by all these fascinating, lovely, creative objects. I put these on Lazy Susans because otherwise you can't see the back of them. And there's always something different to see. Like this guy you wouldn't see, and you wouldn't see this chap. And because I think one should use what these things are, I use it as a bathroom cabinet. That's actually called writer's cramp. And again, you've got these very special hinges. Bruce's creativity and eccentricity all over it. This was really a commission. And I'd just been to Turkey and to Poland, and I'd seen these collections of colours, and I shared it with Sue and Jill, and they took these cupboard doors off to their garages in Maritzburg, and look what came out of Maritzburg, an incredible Eastern European, Turkish collection of doors. Everything is a delight. Every now and again I notice something and I get a thrill.
I think all the pieces here just says just one thing to me. It says fun. No rules. There's absolutely no rules.
Let me put it this way, my wife, when she came to the house, she said, I like this house. It's impressive, but it's almost kitsch.